Please, all of you come in video mode. All of you come in video mode. Meghna Jakati, Sushmita, Jaswina, all of you come in video mode. Rashmi Makhdoom, yes. Okay. Now I want to start that. A very good morning to all. Today I want to start remaining part of that introduction to the compensation. Okay. It includes employee provident fund, gratuity, professional tax, perquisites, and I already mentioned, okay, various types of employee benefits you need to collect, and you need to make some list of 10 companies, how those employee allowances are there in all the companies, and what are the achievement awards those are given by the various companies, what kind of particular health insurance is there, paid vacations facilities are there, social security, perks and bonuses, pay raise, and again, what are the various benefits apart from these all, okay, including medical facilities and the children education facility, right? From with respect to the law, with respect to the all the acts to the benefit to the employee as well as to the employer, okay, without harming to the system, what are the facilities are there as the employer they need to give to their particular worker. So dearness allowances I already discussed, no need to discuss again those points, because I already discussed what are the dearness allowances are there and how much they need to give that dearness allowances. What is that consolidated pay, equity based pay, including the shares they need to share to their employees, okay. Then commission is I already discussed how do commission work. There are two kinds of particular commissions. One is flat commission and second one is ramped commission. Then what are the advantages of commission based pay and disadvantages, and reward is what? I already informed to the class the difference between commission and reward. Okay. Then remuneration also I discussed. Okay. Uh, Now I want to start from the point of that remuneration. Remuneration means what? Remuneration is a payment or compensation received for services or employment. See, remuneration is different. Okay. Compensation is different. Bonuses are different. Okay. Then commission is different. There is a lot of difference between in each word. So remuneration is for doing any something extra work, what a company is going to remunerate for them. Extra work, extra pay, remuneration. Okay. Remuneration is a payment, no doubt, or compensation received for services or any employment. This includes base salary and any bonuses or other economic benefits that an employee or executive receives during the employment for the purpose to accomplish that such a kind of task, what an employee or any executive they are going to receive from their during the employment time, that is called as remuneration. Remuneration refers to the total amount of an employee receives. Very, very important. They will ask 3 mark question, what is remuneration? Remuneration refers to the total amount of an employee receives for performing a service. See, without performing anything, okay, there is no any bonus, there is no any facility, there is no any benefit, and there is no any remuneration at all. As an employee, don't expect at all. But when there is a good performance, okay, to their services, okay, that remuneration is given by the higher authority for being employed by a company or organization. In the case of executives, Remuneration is a reference to the combination of salary. See, it is very important. It is a combination of salary, options, bonuses, and other financial compensation. It includes all. So, deferred compensation such as retirement plan is another component of remuneration for some employees. Remuneration often refers to the total compensation received by an executive, which includes not only the person's base salary but options, bonuses, expense accounts, and other forms of compensation. Then, very important, the amount of remuneration. Okay, the amount of remuneration and the form it takes is independent on many factors, including there are majorly some points are there depend on that. Okay, depend on that factors. Okay, depend on the facts. Okay, that remuneration system is given by the employer to the employee. Then what is it exactly? The employee's value to the company, how much worth to the job as an employee, how much they are worth to the job. So by if they are worth to the job, take an example, such a kind of any extra work is given by the employer to the employee, then only they will give extra remunerations to the worker if they are skilled, if they are competent as per the need of the organization. So the employee's value to the company in the sense whether the person is full time versus part time, holds an executive position versus entry level, etc. For the purpose to get such a kind of remuneration, as a employer, they are going to analyze whether the person is permanent or part time, whether the position is executive position or entry level position. If there is any entry level positions are there, take an example. If there is any part time jobs are there to the employee, if there is any part time employees there, for them there is no any such a kind of remuneration. Especially this kind of particular remuneration is to the experienced candidate and even to the permanent this one workers, and one who are in executive position, they will get such a kind of remuneration by the employer. The job type depend on, again, next point is that is one is what kind of employee having their own value to the company. Second one is what kind of job they have, depend on that also they will get that particular remuneration. If there is a salaried person, okay, then only they will get, not for a hourly pay, whether earnings are commission or base pay, tipped positions, etc, depend on these particular points. Okay, second, that job type is one of the major fact, so they are going to able to take such a kind of remuneration by the employer. Then third one, the company's business model. The company's business model, what kind of business model is there? There are some companies offer bonuses or employee stock options while others do not. Okay, for the purpose specifically for that only, whatever such a kind of models are there to the companies, to the business companies. Okay, what kind of hierarchy they are implementing, what kind of work they are implementing, so such a kind of people they are going to get such a kind of remuneration. Remuneration refers to the monetary rewards that an employee receives. Especially this is a not non-monetary, it is a monetary benefit while they're going to receive by completing their task. Okay, but these rewards can be take different forms. For example, some position pay a salary while others pay by the hour. Many sales positions offer a commission on the sales made by an employee or a percentage of the amount sold. Okay, some of these commissioned positions offer base salary, whereas others are solely dependent on the commission. See, there are some again employees are there. For them, okay, they are going to provide to increase base salary in their particular basic salary. So if there is any every 6 month or yearly for by analyzing their performance, okay, by how they are going to finish their extra work, okay, by analyzing their performance, they are going to increase the base salary of the employees. Maybe they will add such a kind of remuneration to the this one, their particular base salary. And even that's depend on the what kind of commission is there, what kind of particular benefits are there, what kind of profits they have as an employer. Depend on that they are going to contribute to their particular employees. It depend on their experience, knowledge, performance of the employees. Many positions in the food service and hospitality industries rely on tips as their base pay does not meet the minimum wages. See, depend on what kind of work is there for them, Okay, depend on that, they will give such a kind of facility to their worker. So here it is bonus is different, especially in sugar factory. Okay, and then one who transporting the sugar cane from farmers to the again to the factory. Okay, that tractor transportation, actually this tractor people, they will get such a kind of particular bonuses. Okay, maybe take an example, per kilometer wise they will get such a kind of per ton per kilometer, depend on the distance. If there is a such a kind of maybe 20-kilometer distance between the factory, sugar factory, to take an example, to the farmer's land. Okay, for the purpose to take such a kind of raw material, sugar cane to the factory, uh, 20 kilometer far. So per ton, okay, then per kilometer, that is 265 rupees. So depend on that, they will calculate that. At the end of that, the factory, when that is going to close, so in that time, okay, they will calculate all the particular rent and they will give back to the this one, to the tractor person. So maybe, yeah, after 2 months, maybe when that this crushing is going to stop, in that time, maybe after 2 months, by calculating all that particular amount, okay, when that amount is reached to the farmer, after the 2 months, they will give such a kind of commission and bonuses to the again transportation people. So such a kind of particular facilities are there. And even take an example is in some company, okay, they're giving such a kind of bonuses to the employees in the time of Deepavali. Okay, like that, such a kind of facilities are there. Bonus is not only the thing, if there is any profit, then only as an employer they need to follow. There is some act. Okay, as per the act, all have to give such a kind of bonus to their workers. As per the statutory laws, the government on India mandates organizations to pay yearly bonuses to their employees. Very, very important, especially in India. What we are implementing yearly, we need to give such a kind of bonus to their employees. Which organization is it in applicable to? When and how much bonus do you actually need to pay? And what if you don't? How much you need to pay and what you don't to paid? That is also one of the big question mark. So depend on the profit, how much in that particular year, okay, financial year, okay, what is your total that amount or revenue. So depend on that. As per the act of 1965, payment of bonus act 1965, there are some points are there. Okay, so depend on those points. Okay, depend on those particular conditions, as in particular organization, as in any registered companies. Okay, they need to follow the rules and the regulations of the bonus act 1965. And when this is applicable, when it is going to be applicable, to whom it is applicable, that is to any establishment with 20 or more employees, or factory with 10 or more employees. See, very, very important. It is applicable to the establishment with 20 or more employees, one who are working more than 20 employees, or any factory is there with 10 or more employees. It is going to applicable to the all person, means they need to give such a kind of bonuses to their worker. Then eligibility. Okay, who is going to eligible for to give such a kind of uh, that benefit? For employees drawing 21,000 per month or less, basic plus DA, excluding other allowances. See, if there is only basic plus dearness allowances is given by the any organization, but there is no any extra allowances given by them. So as per the 2015 amendment, okay, see, this act was established in 1965, but as per the amendment 2015, when the salary exceeds rupees 7,000 or the minimum wages fixed by the government, bonus is payable on whichever is higher. Very, very important. When a salary exceeds more than 7,000, if the salary is less than 7,000, they are not, they don't have any such a kind of right to take that bonuses from the employer. If your salary exceeds more than 7,000 or the minimum wages fixed by the government, if they are providing such a kind of any minimum wages to their worker, take an example, daily whatever I mentioned, 270 whatever. Okay, if that particular wages is fixed by the government now, if those any persons are they are getting such a kind of any bonus, sorry, wages, uh, they are uh, applicable for that this one, such kind of bonus act. Then to whom it is payable and what is that particular rate? Okay, that is bonus payable will be at the minimum rate of 8.33%. Okay, 8.33% in the sense your total gross salary in the month. Okay, total how much you will total how much your gross that particular salary is there. Okay, so depend on the cadre, depend on the experience, depend on the what kind of authority they have. Okay, total it is total depend on the experience. Minimum 8.33% of your gross salary they need to give that particular amount, means bonus, and maximum it will at it will reach at 20%, not more than 20%. So this is what about the, as per the Act of Bonus Act 1965 and Amendment Act that is 2015. So where it is going to applicable, who are the eligible people, then how much to whom it is going to applicable with how much that salary people, then what percentage they will get in that particular gross salary. So depend on that. Okay, that bonus payable is there to their employee by the employer. Then payment of bonus act in this, what is the objective? Why we should give such a kind of bonus to the worker? That is objective is to, the objective of the payment of bonus act is to reward the employee of the organization by sharing the profits earned and is linked to productivity. Again, for the purpose to motivate to the employee, for the purpose to share such a kind of any profit amount to the workers. Okay, even for the purpose to keep your employees happy. Okay, for the purpose to maintain a good relationship between you and your sorry, your employee. Okay, you need to maintain that that bonus facility to your worker. So that's what the major objective is to, that is payment of bonus act is to reward again to the employee of the organization by sharing the profit earned and is linked to the productivity. Then applicable to, the payment of bonus act is applicable to any establishment with 20 or more employees or any factory with 10 or more employees. Okay, it is going to applicable. The next point is eligibility. Okay, what I mentioned here, employees drawing 21,000 per month or less basic DA, excluding other allowances. Okay, and have completed 30 working days in that particular financial year are eligible for bonus payment. If you are not attended any 30 days in a year, you are not eligible. By, if your salary is 21,000, apart from your basic and DA, okay, there is no any allowances are there, but you are not attended, but that is not going to applicable for you. The thing is only this much. Okay, your attendance should be there at least minimum 30 working days in that particular organization, then that is applicable to you people. Then what are the components of bonus? Very important. You heard that bonus is what, but what are the components of the bonus? Components are, please note, salary or wages include only basic and DRS allowances for bonus payment. If there is a only basic salary is there, then dearness allowances are there. Okay, and then you will get that such a kind of bonuses. Otherwise, there is no any such kind of facilities. Rest of other allowances, there is no any such kind of facility. Example, HRA, overtime, etc. are excluded. Okay, then minimum or maximum and time limits on bonus payment. That is what I mentioned before. Bonus should be paid at a minimum rate of 8.33% and maximum 20%, not exceeds more than 20%. If it needs to be paid within 8 months from the close of the accounting year. Okay, it's also very important. If you are going to following such a kind of any rules and regulations by the government, means about the bonus act, take an example, it needs to be paid within 8 months from that close of the accounting year. Okay, so you need to follow these all these points. Then disqualification of bonus. Okay, in case of any disqualification, maybe they have as any organization they have right to maintain your data. If why you are going to disqualify, why you are not going to eligible to take such a kind of particular bonus? Because Employees can be disqualified from bonus payments if they are dismissed on the basis of any fraud case or any misconduct or even absenteeism. If there is any continuous absenteeism, if you did anything fraud or any misconduct by you people, you are not eligible to take any such a kind of bonus facility. So please ensure that on dismissal, the procedures of domestic inquiry, proper documentation, and employee acceptance of the misconduct are all carried out as per the standing orders before disqualifying the bonus payment. So this is what the major this one. If you are there, the part of this one, if there is any fraud, misconduct, or any irregular absenteeism, means you are disqualified from the bonus that from the organization. 1 minute. Then I already mentioned that is calculation of bonus, how they are going to calculate the bonus. As per the amendment of the payment of bonus bill passed in 2015, when wages of salary exceeds 7,000 or the minimum wages fixed by the government, bonus will be payable on rupees 7,000 or the minimum wages is fixed by the government, whichever is higher. So whichever is higher in the sense, the thing is your particular salary should be exceeds 7,000. If there is your salary is more than 7,000, okay, then only they will give such a kind of bonus to you people. Okay, if that is less than that, means you are not eligible for to take such a kind of advantage. Then, like here, I mentioned some example salary. In that salary, major thing is only basic plus there is allowances, but there is no any other allowances. Okay, except there is allowances. Rupees 60,000, 6,000. Minimum wages equal to 8,000, including both. Basic is 6,000 and including DA, it will go to approximately 8,000. Bonus will be payable on rupees 6,000, means your gross salary. So salary is, take an example, basic plus DA, again 6,000, minimum wages is 6,500. Okay, bonus will be payable on again 6,000. So salary basic plus DA 7,200, minimum wage is 6,000, bonus will be payable on 7,200. 1 minute, Jasmina. 1 minute. Plus salary basic plus DA 7,200, minimum wages is 8,000, bonus will be payable. Okay, so salary again take an example 10,000. Okay, including basic plus DA. Minimum wages is giving on the basis of that basic salary is 8,000 here, that is payable on 8,000. Salary basic plus DA 18,000, minimum wages 8,500. Okay, that is 8,500, bonus will be payable on 8,500. Means note, this bonus is payable will be at a minimum rate of 8.33%. Minimum rate of 8.33%. Means they are going to out of your that salary, okay, they will give that in the form of bonus payable will be at the minimum rate of 8.33%. Okay, so depend on whatever your that monthly that in the, this one is there. Okay, so on the basis of that, by calculating that overall that yearly, they will give that such a kind of bonus to you people. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, Jaswina.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Huh?
So, yes, sir.
Yeah, you can ask.
Sir, as
Come in video
being the
mode.
man. Yes, sir. I'll come. 2 minutes. Okay. Sir, being the management,
Your voice is not
how we
clear.
have
1 minute. Huh?
six
Because of train sound,
same
unable
here,
to
same here.
hear. 1 minute. 1 minute.
So can I ask one question?
1 minute. 1 minute. This is one example what I shown here as the salary plus basic plus DA. Okay. Here in second, what I mentioned, what you are asking, I know that. That is salary. I already shown that 6,000, and minimum wages
Yes, sir.
is rupees 6,500. Bonus will be payable on 6,000 only. But what I mentioned here
Yes.
is 7,000. You are asking. Okay. That is what your question, na?
Yes, sir, but you have said 6,000, then again minimum wages of 8,000. So bonus will be payable. Why on 6,000? Basic is
Your question
taken
is
as
not.
6,000.
I'm not hearing properly.
So see, the salary and all what you're paying to the employees.
Uh,
Hello. So you're saying it is basic is 6,000. We
uh,
keep in hand. And then
okay.
minimum wages is that the dearness allowance or
See,
their
your voice is not
DA,
clear. Your
something
voice
like.
is not clear.
Okay, sir. I'll ask you because I'm in Corona mask. I can't speak louder than this. I can't remove it. I'll
Okay,
get it
do one
cleared.
thing. You can ask me
Yes,
by
sir.
giving call to me. Huh? Your
So
voice
just
is not clear
repeat
to
this
me.
one.
If anybody
Sir,
want
just
to ask
repeat this one.
question on this particular slide, you can ask me. I will answer.
Oh my God.
See, that's depend on okay again. Okay, depend on the profit. If there is any good person on the chair, take an example, they will also give such a kind of bonuses to the worker for the well-being of the this one organization and to the employee also. But the thing is, as this is one general example, what I am giving you, but that minimum that 7,000 is required, huh? That is as per the act. Okay. So I will take now remaining slides. Compliance required by the employers. Employers need to comply with the following. A register showing the competition of allocable surplus is maintained in Form A. What is the surplus that is there yearly? Okay, that calculation, whole competition means that whole calculation part you need to maintain in the Form A. Okay, there are some as per the act, there are some rules are there, so you need to maintain in the Form A, because that Form A will help you for in auditing purpose. Total, what is your revenue, so what are the document you maintained, and what are the facilities you are giving them. Then after all, by analyzing that as an auditor, they will check, okay, your total revenue and what are the facilities you are provided to your employees. Then next point is uh, a register showing the 1 minute. A register showing the set on and set off of the allocable surplus in maintained Form
In
B.
Form A.
Details showing the amount of bonus due, any deductions or actual bonus amount dispersed are maintained in Form C. Annual returns to be filed in Form D before Feb 1st. So penalties in case of if you are not maintained any files in proper manner, okay, any violation is there that is by the employer can lead to imprisonment for up to 6 months or may include any amount also, okay, any fine amount also, okay. Maybe that is depend on what kind of particular imprisonment is, what kind of particular problem they did, okay. So depend on that, okay. As the government lawfully they will take action on the employer. So very very important, this is, that is pay model. What that exactly the pay model is, I already discussed. The pay model of compensation benefits helps manager to structurally design. Pay model is here, as a HR manager, they need to concentrate on what kind of employees are you already selected, okay. then what kind of pay you need to pay to the employees. Okay, you need to maintain the structure. Higher authority, how much they are taking salary, middle level, low level. Okay, all low level people employees are on on basis on the basis of the wages, or they are depend on the salaries. If there is a wages, what kind of particular wages you are giving them. If there is again salary, what kind of particular minimum basic salary and other DRS allowances you are giving them. You need to maintain that structure very neatly. So the model itself that tells that exactly, okay, total how many experience you are looking for in the employees, and what you want to give them as the employer. You need to frame that neatly. The pay model of compensation and benefits help managers to structurally design. You need to design that properly and understand the compensation system for their employees. Okay, apart from that particular salary, by designing that, what kind of compensation you are giving them, you also mentioned in detail. The model consists of three main components, very important. In that, first one is objectives of the remuneration model. Why you are giving remunerations to the employees? That objectives you need to clearly mention in that. Second one is the policy, that is the foundation for the structure. What kind of policies you are framing? Okay, what kind of policies you already framed to give such a kind of facility, and the technique that link the policy to the objective, and how those particular policies are mapping to their your objectives for the purpose to reach your goal. So these are the major three vertical components you need to mention in your pay model. Means that is one of the design, structural design, how you are going to give them exactly the pay scale or any salary to your worker. Compensation includes the basic salary as well as the rewards in the form of bonuses. Listen, very important. Okay, compensation, it includes majorly a basic salary. What is your basic salary? Maybe take an example as per the, okay, state government and even central government. State government pay scales are different. Central government pay scales are different. Depend on the you're in which particular pay scale, fifth pay scale, sixth pay scale, seventh pay scale. Depend on that what kind of particular basic salary you have. Okay, maybe we can call that as a pay band. Pay band. So depend on that pay band, they will mention that your basic salary. Then in that particular pay band, okay, they will mention that up to how much maximum that particular salary you are going to reach to take such a kind of advantage. Okay, that is all. Those are coming under the structural that design of their pay. Okay, then compensation includes not only the basic salary, it also includes bonuses, overtime, any leave, insurance, company car, expense account. These all are the again other benefits to the worker. Not all compensation models are alike. Some plans put the emphasis on the basic salary, while others are more focused on using performance incentives. Some people are going to focus on the performance of the employee, and some people are going to give concentration on the basic salary. So some organizations also offer profit share schemes to their employees if they help it to increase the production and lower cost, for the purpose to increase the good relationship between the employer and employee. If they want to increase more production without maintaining such a kind of any particular timing, if you are going to take such a kind of more work by the employee, means you have to give more benefit to the worker. Like need to increase the production, means you need to give extra facility for that. So by lowering the costs of your production, you have to give more particular facility to your workers. That is one point that's coming under the pay model. The compensation model that an organization uses, okay, organization uses should match the company objectives. This can help determine which plan is the most beneficial in the long term. This means that elements from different compensation models are sometimes combined. The remuneration plan also has to be on par with that of the competition or for better. And it's important to comply with laws and regulations. If again there is any such a kind of the compensation is there, any pay model is there, if they are going to fix any basic salary also, okay, there is again you need to follow the rules and regulations of the act or rules and regulations of the your organization in the time of registration. So those all are very important. Okay, so you need to follow that. Please 1 minute. I'll take your attendance. Okay. Now I want to take some other next points. Those are also there in this pay model. The pay model of compensation was first time developed by G.T. Milkovich. This person wrote one book on compensation. Those books are available in our library. If you are free, when the college is going to start in that time, please go and collect that book from the library, Milkovich book. Okay, as per according to his model only. Okay, that the compensation facilities and any other facilities those are giving to the employees. Very good book that is. And as per the VTU, what they mentioned in our syllabus, that is Milkovich only, and Newman in the 2002 they wrote this book on management and even to the compensation also. They define compensation as the form of financial gain and tangible services and benefits that employees receive as part of their employment. By doing such a kind of uh, work, what they will get from their employment, that is what compensation. The model consists of three components again here, that is policy, technique, and objectives. What are the roles you are making to your organization, rules and regulations, policy matter. Then technique is how you are going to take and how you are going to give such a kind of particular benefit to the worker, and what are the objectives of your organization. So depend on that you are going to pay them. So this is what that is coming under the pay model. I already mentioned here, very important. Here majorly four particular policies are there in each and every organization. Those are with respect to the alignment in policies. First point is alignment. Second one is how much they are competitive. Then third one, employees contribution, and how employees are managing customers as well as the organization. Depend on these 4 points, as the employer they will give such a kind of particular compensation to the worker. So what kind of techniques are there to align that? Alignment is, it is also called as internal alignment between the management and the employees. Alignment in the sense you, as a employee need to follow the rules and regulations of the organization along with, okay, without failing anything. Okay, you need to maintain that quality of the organization as an employee. So with respect to all the standards, with respect to all policies, okay, as an employee you need to follow the work, what kind of rules and regulations prescribed by the employer. So as an employer, major duty is to, they need to align their work analysis between employee and employer. What kind of that work description is there, evaluation or certification to the employees, and internal structure, what kind of internal higher authorities are there, what kind of particular decentralization technique they are implementing. So depend on these techniques as alignment, again it will reach to that objectives. Majorly three: policies, techniques, and objectives. Maybe I will take this particular slide in next class. It is very in depth, so you need to draw in the exam. Okay, I will tell you one by one. You need to again take these points, and I will